the Blue Jays game was absolutely fascinating to watch because they almost blew a massive lead. And more importantly, sort of if you
Garcia, huh?
extend it a little bit further, their bullpen now is in dire straits. Romano is on the injured reserve list. We don't know when he's coming back. And it looks like Jimmy Garcia now is going to be lost for a little bit. So you are down to Chad Green as the closer and maybe Nate Pearson as the number two. I mean, I think we've talked about this a lot on this podcast that none of us really have great faith in the Blue Jays, but this could be the month, honestly, where it really starts going south. Unless unless the bullpen surprises all of us, but that's a big loss, man. Jimmy Garcia's been you can argue he's been their best pitcher this year, and
He
now he's
has been, no
yeah.
question. It's not even an argument.
Yeah. I mean, or Barrios, but like that's a big loss, and I guess on the upside. It's not like these guys are like Ronald Acuna, but the guys from Buffalo have at least produced. They're at least like changing the mix up a little bit. Horowitz, Barger, Schneider, and Clement. I don't think, again, I'm sure, Bob, you agree with me. None of these guys are all stars down the road, but at least
They're
you have
doing
more
all right.
faith. These guys come up, and I think like they're going to get a hit far, far more than I think Springer is going to get a hit right now.
Yep. Look, the issue for me is singular. With the mess that the bullpen is in, the question in my mind is, do they let the starters go a little bit longer? Do they up it to 110 or 120 pitches instead
Maybe.
of 100?
Well, they don't have a
Because the
fifth starter.
starters have been good enough, and they get yanked all the time, usually in the seventh inning, but
Yeah.
sometimes in the sixth. And with no bullpen of confidence left, my question is, do you let these guys pitch another inning or more?
Maybe. I mean,
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, Schneider doesn't seem to have any faith anymore in Tim Mesa. He doesn't really have much faith in Cabrera. I mean, there's they don't have much faith in almost every reliever right now.
So what does he do then? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think he has any options, any good options. I mean, I think they'll let Gaussman and Bassett go deep. Barrios is pretty much gone max 6-7. And you don't have a fifth starter right now. Your fifth starter right now is like, they've been doing the
I know.
the opener.
Well, but yeah, we've been. I mean, on Saturday we saw a little bit of Tampa Bay baseball. When you think that Francis went for 4 innings without being the starter.
Richard started for 2, right?
Yeah.
They need Yariel Rodriguez. Has pitched decent in Buffalo, except for yesterday. I mean, we'll see. I think he's going to come up and be the fifth starter, although that's not a guy who has gone deep in games. Their pitching is not a strength right at the moment. I mean, I shouldn't take that back. Their pitching depth is not a strength, and they're once again asking their starters to be great every game, which I think leaves you in an impossible situation because it just doesn't seem it's possible for the whole year.
I mean, I think we may see a lot more of Nate Pearson
as a closer.
Well, you will.
Yeah,
you have
I think
to.
I think we have to. I mean, almost more. I mean, Chad Green to me is going to be what? Is he going to be 7-8 and then Pearson closes? Is that what you're thinking?
Or vice versa.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's
Pearson. I think I mean, I Chad Green would be the better leverage guy, but I mean. Nate Pearson came in yesterday. I'm going to be honest. I didn't have any faith. I thought they would lose that game, and then he did get the one out they needed. So
yeah, but it was a deep fly ball. Let's be honest.
It was hit hard.
Was hit hard, right?
Yeah, got lucky in some ways.
Yeah.
The other thing is that some of the bats seem to be coming alive.
Vladdy, a little bit.
I'm not Vladdy. Yeah, although tell you what, he's starting. I watched on the weekend. Watching him on the weekend. I started to see a little bit of his dad, Bob. I mean, he's starting to swing wild.
He's been doing that for 2 years now, John.
Although he hit the longest single I think I've ever seen. Hit a ball off the center field wall, and the guy didn't score. So, I mean,
so they got Boston. This is a good measure. Boston's coming to town.
Yeah, this month is a good measure. They have Boston, Cleveland again, Yankees. Maybe Boston twice. So, like they're I don't even think it'd be that satisfying for Blue Jays fans, but they're 4 games out or whatever behind Minnesota, but Boston is right there too. So, you have to win series against Boston if you have any chance of that last, wild card spot.